Hi everyone. Before to start, let me tell you something. In this video, there is an hidden password that you have to find. The password is a word that I'm going to say in this video. To find this, 3 clues are available. There are lines, stars, and floats. The one who finds it have to write it in the comments. There will be a draw to win a gift, an Amazon Prime code which allows you to have 400,000 blood points. So, good luck to all and good viewing. Hello everyone, and welcome for a new Dead by Daylight video. So today, new episode of my Huntress tips and tricks. This video will be a little bit different than the previous one because today we are in the indoor map. As you can see, we are in the RPD map. So for this map, you have to know there are 2 different wings. There is the east wing and the west wing. So some of these shots can only be done in the eastern part and some of these in the western part. But most can be done in both maps. Also, as you can hear, I have decided for my channel to speak English now and not French anymore. So guys, first, excuse my accent. And secondly, I noticed that most of my viewers and subscribers speak English. So it will be easier for everyone. Now, let's go back in the RPD map with the first shot. So for this shot, you have to go in the main hall. Upstairs, there is always a pallet in both maps. So when the pallet gets dropped, you can try this shot. And it works pretty well in chase. I ever did it in match. So here, you have to shot under the pallet. You can also try the other side, but I think it's harder to do. And after dropping the pallet, if the survivor runs downstairs, he don't see you really well. For the next shot, we have to go outside, not far from the gate at the main hall. So here you just walk a little bit, then you can see this bench and this dead body, I think it's dead body, and you have to stay here for this shot. You can do this shot only in the eastern part. And we are going to target the gen which is on the roof. So once you are here, you are going to put your text, throw hatchet at the small window and just do a simple shot. With this shot, you can hit 2 sides of the gen. So if you know that they are working on this gen, just try this shot. Honestly, that's work. The next shot, you can do it in both maps. We are still outside, in front of the gate, and we are going to target the gen in the main hall. So for this shot, you have to fully charge your hatchet until you hear this sound. So when the survivor is working on this gen and you are staying here, he cannot see you. So it can be really surprising for them. With this shot, you can only hit 2 sides of the gen. Now, let's see the next shot. So this one works only on the west wing. This is an end game shot. So for this one, you have to go in this room upstairs. And if you look up, you can see a hole in the roof. And here we are going to target the exit gate. So you have to go exactly at this place and shot. Honestly, this shot is really hard, but you can try it for fun.
Let's see the next shot. So for this one, you have to go upstairs in a small room, and we are going to target the gen downstairs in the main hall. So you can do this shot in both maps. So go in this room in front of the desk and shot. And at this place, the survivor who is working on the gen will not see you. This one is a bit difficult because of the hitboxes of the hatchet. So that's why you can only hit one side of this gen. For the next shot, we are going to go outside again, close to the exit gate. So for this shot, we are not shooting a gen, we are not shooting an exit gate, it's just an area. When you know that a survivor is running that side, you can try this shot. And you can do this shot in both maps. So if you stay here, you can shot the small gate at the opposite of the building. For this shot, you have to look straight up to the maximum. For the next one, we are still outside at the entrance, and we have to stay near the stairs. Honestly, this shot is really hard. It's kinda lucky too, but here I'm just showing you that you have enough distance to shot this area. And as you can see here, there is an American flag. So for example, if you see a survivor running that side, but you want to stay by the main hall, just try this. For the next shot, you have to go upstairs in the main hall and target the exit gate. For this shot, you have to fully charge your hatchet. And here you can see another American flag. And from here, the survivor who is on the exit gate will not see you. The next shot, we have to go outside again in the corner of the map. So you can do this shot only in the eastern part, because we are going to target the gen which is on the roof again, but from another place. And as you can see here, there is no American flag. So here in the video, the gen is not here, but when the gen is there, it's the same distance. Now, it's your turn to try these shots. Honestly, I like to play on the RPD map as Huntress. It can be interesting with some add-ons, but it can be difficult as well because there's a lot of corridors, a lot of rooms, windows, pallets, so this is not an easy map, but I like this one. So now, I still don't know which map is going to be the next one. Maybe Eyrie of Crow, or maybe Toba's Landing.
or you can comment and let me know on which map you would like to see that kind of shot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you like the concept. You can also subscribe to follow my content. I almost hit 200 subscribers, which is pretty cool. So thank you a lot everyone, and see you for another Dead by Daylight video. If you think you have found the password, write it in the comments. The result of the draw will take place in the video of Wednesday, November 28th.